Hey guys, this is SirWatts here, right into action immediately here. So on the bottom right, we have an open shove of 20 big blinds, roughly 19 big blinds effective against the small blind, and about 17 effective against me. I have ace-10 suited. It's very player dependent, and I'm very lucky, so I called. But the real reason, people seem to be open shoving a lot wider these days in those spots. Like people just aren't afraid to just stick it in there with like Queen Jack type hands a lot. I've noticed there's a lot more posts about those types of plays on the strategy forums, and more people are doing it. So against a really tight, typical like pretty nitty tag, I mean that's going to be a close fold a lot of the time. Against sort of more old school ranges, you'd expect to see them show up with like ace queen, ace king there, just because they're afraid to play a flop with them, sort of thing. But yeah, these days I don't see myself folding there without a better read that that's the case, and I didn't have one at this point, so I just decided to make the call, and I was lucky, obviously. Ace Jack suited on the button, obviously super easy open. Queen Jack off here in the hijack with antes. It's a pretty close spot. I mean, the effective stacks are terrible. I have 20 big blinds, so it's a pretty marginal spot. I decided to open anyways. I feel like that's pretty close, and you can sort of vary your play with Queen Jack off there based on how people are playing behind you. If they're tight or particularly loose or aggressive, then against more aggressive players, obviously, you should tend to fold the Queen Jack there. As a default, it's pretty close, I'd say. Without antes, I'd for sure be folding Queen Jack there as a default, though. Queen Jack off. Open Queen Jack suited, basically, always. Alright, so what are these tournaments again? The top left, we've got the new 4 p.m. $150 buy-in tournament on PokerStars. Bottom left is the Friday $200 Friday special on Party. And top right is the 109 rebuy on Stars. Bottom right is the 3 p.m. Fooper, as the kids call it, the $150 buy-in on Full Tilt. So Friday is actually a nice day for high stakes tournaments, Friday afternoon. If you can play on the European sites in particular, there's a few special tournaments like the one on Party. iPoker has a pretty big $100 rebuy. So it's definitely a day I like to grind if I'm not too busy in the afternoons.